Good morning, everybody. Okay, so I've already finished my coffee, and now I'm having my oatmeal. Start every day with oatmeal. And don't get that fucking, pre-made crap that's all sugary and filled with, trans this and just, oats. Just plain old fucking quick oats. Or steel cut, even better. And then I put dried berries and cinnamon and toasted almonds and flaxseed. Oh, flaxseed, really good for you. Very good for you. Start every day with oatmeal. Hey Jason, what kind of person does it take to work in the porn industry? Either being a model or working behind the scenes. Wow, okay, this is going to be a long one. Most guys love porn, but it's not something that the average Joe would even consider when pondering their career choices. How did you get into the industry? Did you always aspire to become a pornographer? Ooh, I like that. Aspire to become a pornographer. I like that. I'm gonna keep using that. Or was it an opportunity that was presented to you? Thanks, Marcus, for that. First of all, what kind of person does it take to work in the porn industry? You got to be pretty even keel, and you got to be able to walk a very, very narrow line between being absolutely unfazable and, totally sexually free and absolutely without any kind of, moral hindrance. But then you actually have to maintain a really super professional. People ask me sometimes, how do you not just dive in and join it, And clearly, you can't do that. You have to be able to be the kind of person who is surrounded by a whole bunch of people who are completely horned up and going at it left, right, and center. But you maintain a totally professional, unfazable, totally even keel kind of line. You have to be able to have people that are going nuts around you while you calmly direct what's going on. And you can't have any kind of sort of judgmental, you can't be squeamish, you can't freak out, if there's what we call a code brown or a shit sticking, everybody else starts to freak out and you just kind of go, oh, that's okay, don't worry about that, we'll just, okay, good, okay, change the sheet. You have to be able to just not let shit get to you. And you have to be able to maintain that super, super professional demeanor while you're telling people what to do. And sexually what to do. You have to be able to be the kind of person who does things like says, okay, now move it around, now put your face here kind of thing, while you're not getting horned up that's kind of it. And as far as what kind of person does it take to be a model, you have to be able to be the kind of person that can get horned up in front of a whole bunch of people who are more interested in holding lights, holding cameras, talking about camera angles. And listen, my shoots, I usually try to bring them in maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5. There are some studios where they take 8, 9, 10 hours to shoot a scene. So you have to be able to, stay in that mental kind of place for hours and hours and hours and hours while the crew and the director and everything kind of freak out about all sorts of things that you don't care about. So it's not necessarily that easy. As far as, did I always aspire to become a pornographer? Kind of yes and kind of no. I always wanted to make porn. I always loved porn. I always thought that it would be, just a great job to have. But I don't think I ever actually seriously considered it because, a lot of people have this image of the porn industry that everybody's all flying on drugs constantly and it's all really, dark and seedy. Had I actually, been able to look into the future and see that I have a really beautiful office with, a little balcony that looks out into the jungle set and a hammock and my dogs are upset about something. I probably would have realized that it's a lot more sane than you'd think. But how I actually got into the industry was that I had a job that I hated, and I quit, and I planned on taking the summer off and then looking for like a different one. And about halfway through that summer, I was talking to a neighbor who owned a porn site, and he kind of offered me this this gig where I would kind of go in and help him develop sort of like a viral marketing thing. Like I wasn't really doing much other than just building these little mini traffic sites. And that was back in the days of like TGPs and link lists, and it was a relatively simple job, but you did have to be the kind of person who was able to kind of think and learn really quickly, and figure out, you know, through trial and error what worked and what didn't, and sort of respond to things that were changing, and you know, you had to be able to kind of do that, and so that was my in, and eventually my experience, because I went to film school. I wanted to make children's movies. I wanted to make dark, creepy children's movies. Go figure. Like sort of like Willy Wonka, maybe Secret Garden, like Harry Potter-ish. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Which is probably why I eventually wound up with Hogwarts tattooed on my. We'll do a tour of that later. Anyway, so yeah, because of my background in film, I was able to edit movies for them, and then once I got to know people in the industry, I was able to sort of broker a bit of a better job for myself down here in Los Angeles when I decided I was kind of tired of winter up in Toronto. So that was it. I've always been the kind of person who will get a part-time job and then look around and see, oh shit, someone needs to do this. Oh shit, this needs to get done. And then I just go to the boss and I go, why don't you let me do that? And they'll sort of say, well, do you know how to do that? And I'll go, well, no, but I'm better than the guy that you got doing it now. So give me a shot, and then you don't have to bother hiring someone to do it. And if I fuck it up completely, then I'll just go sit back at my desk and do whatever. And that's it. That's how I got into the industry, and there you go. Did I answer everything? I think I did. Oatmeal. Eat oatmeal every morning. It's good for you, okay? And yeah, put that fucking Fruit Loop Cheerio crispy cap, put that shit away. That's leave that in the landfill. Keep asking the question.